In our last video, we warned you about the global debt crisis hanging over the entire economy. The macro picture is terrifying, but there is a second crisis happening right now. And it's not on Wall Street. It's not in the central banks. It's in your bank account, your credit card statement, your retirement portfolio that you're too afraid to open. Here's the brutal truth. You can't control interest rates. You can't control inflation. You can't control whether we enter a global recession. But if you fall into these 7 traps in 2026, you can go broke even if the stock market goes up, even if the economy grows. Because these traps don't care about the macro economy, they care about your economy. Trap number 1, the liquidity illusion. Most people feel financially fine because they look at their net worth on paper. They have a house, a pension fund, maybe some equity in the stock market. But here's what the data shows. The majority of people cannot cover a 1-month emergency without going into debt or selling something. You might be a millionaire on paper, but if your car breaks down, you're putting it on a credit card. That's not wealth. That's a house of cards. In a recession, cash is oxygen. It's the difference between weathering the storm and drowning. Lose your job with no buffer, and you become what Wall Street calls a forced seller. You have to sell your stocks at the bottom. You have to tap your pension and pay penalties. You might even have to sell your house in a down market just to survive. And forced sellers always lose. Wrong time, wrong price, zero negotiating power. The minimum you need sitting in cash, 3 to 6 months of expenses. Not wants. Expenses. That's your firewall. Trap number 2, the variable rate death spiral. Let's talk about the silent killer in your wallet. Interest rates are still higher for longer. That's the phrase central banks keep repeating. And that means credit card interest rates are at record highs. Here's the math that destroys wealth. If you carry a balance on a high-interest card and only pay the minimum, you will often pay double what you originally borrowed. Carrying a balance isn't manageable debt anymore. It's not a tool, it's a weapon, pointed at your future. Every dollar you pay in interest is a wealth transfer from you to the bank. You're funding their profits with your paycheck. Here's the rule. If it's on a credit card and it's not paid off in 30 days, you can't afford it. If you don't kill bad debt first, it will kill your wealth before you even get started. Trap number 3, the cash drag. Now here's the paradox. We just said you need cash. You need that emergency fund. But here's what most people miss. Inflation is eating that cash every single day. If inflation is 3%, your emergency fund loses purchasing power every single year. It's like a slow leak you can't see. If your standard bank account is earning 0% interest, you're not saving, you're losing, you're going backwards. The solution? High-yield savings accounts, money market funds, government bonds. You need accounts that pay you to wait. Your emergency fund must be liquid. You need access to it immediately. But it should never be lazy. Make your cash work while it waits. Trap number 4, lifestyle creep. This one is psychological, and it's deadly. With inflation running hot for years, earning 6 figures today feels like earning much less just 4 years ago. Your paycheck number went up, but your lifestyle didn't improve. You're just keeping pace. But here's where people get trapped. Every time they get a raise, they upgrade their life. New car lease, bigger apartment, more subscriptions, nicer vacations. If your lifestyle rises in lockstep with your income, you're not getting wealthier. You're just running faster. This is how people make high incomes and still live paycheck to paycheck. They look rich on Instagram. The car, the trips, the outfits. But they're broke on the first of the month when rent is due. The antidote? The 50-30-20 rule. Every raise you get, split it. Allocate a percentage to lifestyle, but aggressively allocate the rest to savings and investments. You get to enjoy the raise, but you also build wealth at the same time. Trap number 5, the tax leak. Let me show you a number that will change how you think about money. Taxes are likely your single biggest lifetime expense. Bigger than food, bigger than housing. The average person will pay a massive fortune in taxes over their lifetime. And here's the tragedy. Most people are paying way more than they need to. Every country has legal ways to reduce your tax burden. Tax-free investment accounts, retirement wrappers, or employer pension schemes. But most people ignore them completely. If your employer offers a pension match and you're not maxing it out, you're literally burning free money. That's a 50% to 100% instant return. You won't find that anywhere else. Tax optimization isn't sexy, but it's the difference between retiring at 65 and retiring at 55. Trap number 6, timing the market. After years of scary headlines, recession coming, market crash imminent, get out now. It's easy to adopt a defense mechanism. You tell yourself, I'll invest when the crash comes, I'll buy at the bottom. But here's what actually happens. You sit in cash for years waiting for the perfect moment. Meanwhile, the market grinds higher, you miss the growth. And when the crash finally comes, you're too scared to buy because now everyone is panicking. Studies show the best investors are often the ones who automate their investing and forget about it because they never sold out of fear. They never tried to time it. Even Warren Buffett, the king of having cash ready for opportunities, holds stocks through downturns. He never goes all cash out of fear. His advice? Time in the market beats timing the market. Trap number 7, the single point of failure. Let's end with the trap that terrifies me the most. We're entering what some are calling the white-collar recession. AI won't replace everyone overnight, but it might replace you. Global estimates suggest millions of workers will need to switch occupations by 2030 due to automation. That's not some distant future. That's 5 years away. And if you're relying on one salary, one job, one employer for 100% of your household income, you're taking a risk you can't afford. You diversify your investments across stocks, bonds, and real estate. But do you diversify your income? Most people don't, and that's the vulnerability. You need multiple income streams, a side business, freelance skills, dividend income, digital products, consulting, something, anything, so that if one stream dries up, your family doesn't drown. The bottom line. Here's what it comes down to. You can't control the global economy. You can't control AI or inflation. But you can control these 7 variables. And those 7 variables will determine whether you survive and thrive or whether you get crushed. So here's your action plan. Build a buffer. 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high-yield account. Kill the bad debt. Pay off those cards before they bleed you dry. Make your cash work. Put your savings where they actually earn. Optimize your taxes. Use every legal advantage your country offers. Control your lifestyle growth. Let every raise grow your wealth, not your expenses. And stop waiting for perfect. There is no perfect time. There's only now. Create multiple income sources. Don't depend on just one paycheck. This is Capital View Explained. Subscribe for more data-driven analysis so you can make informed decisions when markets shift. Hit that notification bell and drop a comment below. Which of these 7 traps are you working to avoid right now?